Working with sulfur. Working with sulfur. Elemental sulfur was once produced from natural deposits called salt domes, located in the vicinity of volcanoes, where it sometimes occurs in nearly pure form. Today, almost all elemental sulfur is produced as a byproduct of removing sulfur containing contaminants from natural gas and petroleum. The element's commercial uses are primarily in fertilizers because of the relatively high requirement of plants for it, and in the manufacture of sulfuric acid, a primary industrial chemical. Other well-known uses for the element are in matches, insecticides, and fungicides. Use of sulfur in agriculture. In 2009, 42,310,670 pounds were reported used in California agriculture, approximately 100 crops. 63%, 26 million pounds were used on grapes. 22%, 9,721,333 used in tomato productions. Some use occurs in post-harvest packing operations as a preservative. Areas of heavy sulfur use. Mapping of sulfur use, 2009, California data, Central Valley and coastal grape growing regions. Discussion. What are typical effects of sulfur? Sulfur illnesses in California, 1982 to 2006. Common symptoms in applicators working with sulfur include irritation of the eyes, throat, and upper respiratory tract and skin. Sometimes the odor associated with sulfur causes nausea or queasiness in some people. Workers exposed to sulfur and other fungicides. In this picture, we can see the effects of applying sulfur powder mixed with other fungicides on roses. Pattern of lesions correspond to the areas where the powder was stuck to sweaty skin. Pattern of exposure and contact with sulfur. Exposure to sulfur suspended in the air may occur during mixing and application. Exposure to sulfur residue on leaves may occur during harvest or pruning and other activities. Sulfur and grapes. In order to control fungi on the leaves of the vine and in the fruit, fungicides are used frequently. The most typical fungus appears to be a white powder. The fungicide most frequently used is sulfur. 5 to 10 pounds can be applied to each vineyard acre every 2 weeks. For that reason, it is quite common to have contact with sulfur while working in the vineyard. Movement from the site of application. During application, sulfur can move in the air, sometimes in the form of a cloud, in the direction downwind. Because it is a dust, sulfur residues on the leaves can become unstuck after application. Small amounts may move off-site after the application. Sulfur, off-site movement. Group affected by contact with sulfur after off-site movement. Symptoms: burning eyes and throat, nausea and vomiting. Fine. Violation of movement off the site of application. Discussion. Are these cases related to exposure to sulfur? Are there long-term effects or permanent injury caused by sulfur? How are cases related to pesticides or violations of proper application procedures reported? Reporting of cases. Reporting of illnesses. Report by the doctors treating the affected cases. Contact the Agricultural Commissioner in each county. State offices for reporting. Office of Environmental Health Hazard Assessment. Sacramento telephone 916-327-7319. Sacramento fax 916-327-7320. Oakland telephone 510-622-3170. Department of Pesticide Regulation, Worker Safety Branch. Telephone 916-445-4222. Fax 916-445-4280. California Poison Control System. Telephone 800-222-1222.